What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video where we're going over the 6 checkpoints that you need to hit in order to sign long-term online coaching clients. So what I mean by long-term is anywhere from 6 months to a year. In this video, I'm talking specifically for a year, but 6 months to a year is usually the type of packages that we want to sign online coaching clients to. Why is that? Reason being is because there's a couple reasons, but the first reason is especially with how the industry has trended over the last couple of years, 2023, 2024, and what I'm predicting for 2025 is that the industry is getting more saturated. There's a lot more DMs being sent. There's a lot more spammy things happening inside of the marketplace. And the more that you can A, stand out, and B, retain clients long term, the better. The less stress you're going to have on sales and marketing, the longer that you can actually keep clients. Now, this comes down to your skill as a practitioner, right? Your skill as a coach, right? It's not necessarily the sexy marketing, although marketing is important. It's more so what happens on the back end, because if you always have a hole in your bucket when it comes to getting clients, if you always need clients every single month just to get by, your business is a ticking time bomb. Whereas if you're in a safe, secure spot in your business where sure, you could use a couple more clients, but you don't need more clients because you keep them for so long and you're building that monthly reoccurring revenue, you're in a strong position inside your online coaching business. And that's what we want to build inside of your online coaching businesses. It's getting you to a point where you get to 5K a month and you stay there, right? You get to 8K a month and you stay there. You get to 15K a month and you stay there. You get to 20K a month and you stay there. And don't get me wrong, it'll fluctuate a little bit month to month depending on clients coming and going, maybe some different offers that you have. But you want to make sure that you're building that predictability and sustainability and repeatability. How many more ability words can I say? Inside of your online monthly recurring revenue. It's one of the most important things. So getting to this post, this Instagram post that I'm now creating a video around, first things first is the art and science of enrolling long-term clients. Number one, last thing you want to do is try and fit your potential client into your offer. The art of this is molding your offer into the prospect that you're talking about. There's a big difference here. I'm going to get into that in this video. This is a screenshot from one of my past clients, Daniel from the UK, and this is something he sent me after I went through this process with him. He closed the guy on his full year program at 13,800 pounds. That's actually British pounds, which in US dollars, that's more, I don't know, do the math, maybe 16K, 17K. So a fair amount of money. And he used this process that I went through today. So step number one in signing clients long-term, that sales process, quote unquote sales process, I mean, I can interchange the word sales with leadership, right? Like those two things kind of mean the same thing. But the conversion process, let's say, number one is personalization. Nobody's going to sign on with you long term if you don't have that trust, that know, like, and trust, but specifically trust built in and the individualization of that process. Here's what I mean. Your ideal types of clients need to feel heard. They need to feel seen. They need to feel understood in terms of point A, where they're at now, and point B, where they want to get to. The path between point A and point B is your coaching program, the process they're going to walk to become the type of person that they want to become. And you can do this through the value video, which is another process, one of the best processes that I have inside of my online coaching mentorship for other coaches, to individualize that process in a way that is based on integrity, based on leadership, and based on truthfulness and trust. At the beginning of any sales process, you want to make sure that you're building that trust, you have that integrity inside of everything that you do, because if you don't, then your sales just aren't going to flow in the way that you want it to. What I mean by that is their buying defense mechanisms will be very high. They'll be standoffish. They won't answer your questions in a deep way. That's not what we want as online coaches. We want our ideal types of clients, if we're going to work with them for 6 months or a year, we want them to open up. We want them to tell us the truth of the pain points, the things that they've tried before, the feelings that they have around why they're stuck, right? This is very important. So creating this container to be able to have that conversation is step number one, personalization. Going through some social proof here. This is Daniel, the guy I was telling you about. The value video is one of his favorite exercises that he would instill inside of his sales process. And this is a text that he sent me when he's using it and just seeing a lot of success from it. You can pause this and read it yourself. Number 2, timeline. Again, this is one of the most important things. A lot of coaches are trying to just sell their system, right? Like here's what my process is, here's my mechanism, here's how it's going to get you results. But you're not individually communicating how your process actually works for Jack, right? How your process actually works for Louise or whoever that person is that you're talking about. That's what you want to do. You want to build out this timeline, especially if it's 6 months to a year inside of your offer. You want to build that timeline so that they understand some of the main checkpoints and some of the main milestones that they're going to go through in working with you for that period of time. Because you want to show that you're leading the way here, right? You're leading them to get to where they want to go to see the results that they want to see. Very, very important. Understanding this and communicating this for your ideal types of clients is one element that I think most online coaches miss because they don't know how to do it. It takes some time. Like you need to really know your ideal type of client. You need to know the problem that they're struggling with, and then you need to know what the process is to get them to where they want to go, right? At the end of the day, you should know that. That's why your ideal type of client is hiring you. This is one process that you want to make sure that you're including inside of that sales flow. Now, this is a very basic example. I just quickly wrote up this example for the sake of this post and this video. But you want to showcase this timeline and do it in a way that's individualized for them, right? Based off of what they just said to you, if it's in your Instagram DMs, if it's in the application or whatever it may be, right? Because every client's going to be a little bit different in terms of where they're starting from, what they tried before, what the main problem is that they're currently facing, in terms of what that annual or 6-month approach is going to look like for them. So you want to build this out. Now, guys, huge caveat here. I know that obviously it's not going to work exactly as planned. Like humans are amazing creatures. Like stuff's going to come up, right? Like obviously it is what it is. And your coaching is going to have that flexibility, the behavioral flexibility in that container that you create for your ideal type of client. But before someone hires you, they want to know that you're confident in getting them to where they want to go. Because if you're not and you can't communicate that, you're not going to get the sale. Step number 3 is show proof. So again, this is important. I'm not just talking about random proof. I'm talking about you want to show this ideal type of client proof of someone who's exactly their demographic, exactly their age range, exactly their potentially career or lifestyle or father or mother, whatever it may be, and how your other client, Jack, John, Jill, whoever it is, struggled with the exact same things that this prospect is struggling with. They hired you for 6 months to a year. They walked this exact path. Here are the results that they saw. You want to instill this belief, right? Because if they don't think that your process can work for them, and they don't have that belief yet, again, your value video or your sales call is just going to fall on deaf ears. So you want to make sure that you also communicate the proof in the pudding of how an ideal type of client that you worked with before, who's the exact demographic of the person that you're talking to now, saw amazing results through your system, because they're going to emotionally and logically connect with that person. Don't screw this up. What I mean by screwing this up is if you're telling a 40-year-old mom who's an accountant about your process and your coaching program, and yet you're showing them you're showing her how you got this 21-year-old college kid who can eat pizza and take creatine and still have abs results. That's just a complete mismatch, right? Like just the believability is not there. You need to make sure that the proof you're showing is very much similar to that person. Step number 4, prize frame. So this is kind of not to go too woo-woo on you, but this is kind of like an energetic feeling that you get. What I mean by prize frame is that you are the prize. Not the client that's going to hire you, not the thousands of dollars that you're going to get from that client because they hired you, but working with you is the prize. Remember that. Let what I'm saying here sink in. Because if you think that the client is the prize and the money they're going to pay you is the prize, and you're always chasing it, that's a very needy energy. To use a bad example, no girl likes the guy who is constantly chasing her, right? Or the needy guy at the bar that is constantly chasing her. Who she wants to go after is that cool guy in the leather jacket in the corner who is kind of doing his own thing, but he has this like quiet confidence about him, right? This allure, you know? Bad example, but like you get what I'm saying here. It's the same thing with online coaching. If you're, and again, this is maybe a gripe I have with maybe some other business coaches when it comes to follow up and things like that, sending 14 messages a day. It's just so needy, and all of a sudden you're flipping the energy to where they're in control now. You're not in control because you are so needy, and it's coming across inside of your process that you need to flip that. You need to understand that you are the prize. If this client works with you or not, they say yes or no, no sweat off your back. Like you have other clients, like you want it to be a win-win. If it's not a win-win, no worries, right? You want to have other clients you'll work with down the road. You want that energy to come across, because when that energy comes across, they see you as an in-demand coach, right? Like they see you as a legitimate in-demand coach, and that's the energy that you want to create. And I know this might be hard for some other coaches who might be struggling, or you're in the beginning stages of your business, and I get that. We've all been there. But you want to, as much as possible, have this inner confidence, this inner self-assuredness inside of that entire process, and energetically like let go of the sale, because that's when you'll get them, is when you let go of you obviously try your best and you implement this process in the best possible way, but let go of the sale and let it happen organically and naturally. Step number 5, second last one here, guys. Identity. At the end of the day, nobody just wants to pay you money to get workouts in and of themselves, right? Nobody wants you to nutrition coach them just because they want to track their calories, right? Nobody wants abs just because they want abs in and of itself, right? It actually means nothing. All those things mean nothing. The meaning that we give those things, the workouts that you're going to give them, the nutrition coaching, the potential lower body fat percentage and body composition that you'll help them achieve, the energy levels, the hormonal profile, the holistic balance, the mindset, the energy levels that they have in their life, it all means nothing. What actually has tangible meaning inside of those things is the meaning your ideal type of client gives those things, right? What is the confidence they're then able to feel when they improve their body composition? How are they able to spend higher quality time with their family when they improve their energy levels, right? How are they able to have more focus and drive inside of their sales role when you help them optimize their hormones and their hormonal profile, right? How are they able to sleep better when you help them with some of their nutrition? How are they able to wake up with energy throughout the day and be excited to go into their workouts and continually improve as you're programming for them, right? Like the meanings that you give, the benefits of what you're coaching is what they're buying. It's not the thing in and of itself. And I think, again, this is one of the biggest mistakes most online coaches make, is that you're selling workouts. You're selling nutrition coaching. Right? You're selling, hey, I'm going to give you a bunch of different exercises and sets and reps, and you're going to do it. And it's this amount a month, right? That's not what they're buying. So you want to make sure that you're understanding this. And this is a big concept for me to unpack in this short video. I understand this. This is maybe something I should do for another video as well. But you also want to speak to the identity of the person your ideal type of client wants to become. Because that's what they're buying when they buy your coaching, right? It's not that I want to work with this coach. I want to work with you, this coach, because I want to achieve ABC goal in my life. So you want to make sure that you're speaking to these things, not just in your sales process, but in your content as well, because this is also how you're going to attract higher level clients inside of your coaching as well. Again, this is a big topic for me to unpack. I'm probably going to do a different training on this as well, like just this one topic, because there's a lot of different elements here. But the one thing that you want to understand and remember and take away from this video is, let's say it's $1,000 a month to work with you for a year, right? You have to understand that when someone pays you that money, they're not paying you that money. They're transferring that money to a higher version of themselves, right? Like the cliche of invest in yourself. That's very much what this is. They're investing in themselves. They're not giving ABC Coach the money, right? Like, yeah, that's a transaction that's taking place, but in their mind and energetically, that's not what they're doing. They're investing it in you to become the person that they want to be, to do the things that they might not be able to do right now because they're struggling with XYZ problem, right? This is like the cobweb of all of the things that are interconnected to help you sign long-term, high-value clients over time. This is very important. Most coaches miss this. Last one is future pacing. Again, this is similar to timeline, but you're just going a little bit deeper. Is what are some of the results that your ideal type of client could see when they start applying your program 3 months from now, 9 months from now, 12 months from now, 2 years from now, right? You're not going to know this exactly because, again, you want to have behavioral flexibility with the ideal type of client that you're speaking to, and just understand more about them inside of your process. So you're speaking more high level here than you are exact tangible results, like you're going to lose 11.5 pounds in the first month. Like, you're not going to say stuff like that, right? Because you don't know that. But what you can say is you're going to learn XYZ skills in the first month. And generally, depending on how the coaching is going to progress over time, you are going to potentially lose give them a range, like 3 to 6 pounds in the first 45 days. And then we go into boom, 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 right? So the more you can say this in a way that is certain and confident because you've done it so many times, the more your ideal types of clients are going to look to you as the leader, not just the coach, but the leader who's going to get them from where they are now to where they want to get to, right? That's what they're looking for. You have to understand this, that especially when it comes to higher priced long-term online coaching packages for health and fitness clients, they're looking for certainty, right? They're looking for as much certainty as they can get. If I'm hiring you for $1,000 a month or $700 a month, whatever it is, for a year, I need to have a very high degree of certainty that I'm going to get to where I want to go. That's why all of these steps synergistically work together to be able to create that, which is going to create the sale over time, okay? So you guys already have this. This is what I'm making right now. A couple of caveats to this. When it comes to longer term clients, like a 6-month or a 1-year coaching package, you also want to understand that it's not just going to be a cold lead from a fucking Facebook ad or a random follower who doesn't know you yet, and you're going to have a conversation and sell them on this. That's not how it works. For these types of packages, they're going to come to you after seeing your content for probably the last 4 months, right? Or possibly even a year, right? Maybe they've been inside of your private Facebook group for the last 6 months, and now they're ready because they've seen enough trainings from you. That know, like, and trust factor has gotten to the point where it's sky high. Or maybe it's a referral, right? There's a high degree of trust there with a referral because it came from someone that they know. Or maybe it's somebody who hired you before. Maybe you have like a lower ticket program where somebody pays you $97 a week or a month for programming just to get started. And then they've been seeing some of your content. They want to know some of your higher level programs. And then they have this conversation with you, but they're already a customer, right? Or maybe they bought a PDF from you or something, so they're already in your world. This is where those sales are going to come from. I want to make that very clear because this isn't necessarily something where you can just go hit up random followers or friends on your Facebook or Instagram account and try to get sales. No. That foundation of trust needs to be built. So in your efforts to get long-term clients, what you should be focused on is not actually signing the clients, but building that trust. That should be the number one thing that you're focused on inside your online coaching business. Building trust with not just anyone, but with your perfect ideal types of clients who you want to work with for 6 months to a year. Let me do some quick math for you to end this video, okay? Most of the coaches I work with, you want, and I'm launching this mastermind in a couple of days here, but you want lifestyle wealth, right? What I mean by that is that you get to 15, 20, 25, 30K per month inside your online coaching business, and you can essentially live a life of freedom where you can do what you want, when you want, within reason, right? Like, you still work hard, it's not like you're flying on private jets or Lambos or anything, but you live a very good, comfortable life for you and your family. Let's do some quick math. If you get 20 clients at $1,000 a month for a year commitment, there you go. You're at $20K a month. If you get 20 clients at $500 a month, right, for a year, now you're at 10K a month, right? If you, like, I can do the math any different way depending on what your financial goals are. But when we start looking at annual programs for a year, you don't need that many clients to get to where you want to go. If you want to know more about how to get clients like this, send me a message on Instagram. We can have a conversation at Will Schiller Consulting. But I hope this helps just give you a framework for now to kind of see how this can work, and we can go from there. See you on the other side.